Good evening, and welcome to Wrasslecast with myself, Peter Metalhead, and my ever-lovely co-host.
Me, LVD Dog and Raven. I think we changed the name, dude. We went from kind of like pay-per-view Wrasslecast now, really. So kind of.
Oh, fair enough.
Or something like that. I'm sure, because obviously we changed what we do, but yeah, we are obviously pay-per-view kind of mix, kind of. Oh fuck it, you know, it's Wrasslecast.
I was going to say, I don't remember
like the second
episode.
No, I don't remember. Yeah, but what with moving, I'm my head's all over the place. Yeah, this is the second episode of the pay-per-view. We did Money in the Bank, and now we come to Battleground. Hang on just 2 seconds. I'm just going to go and hang on just literally 2 minutes.
Yes, my co-host here, Raven, he has a couple of birds, and well, not that type.
Right, so sorry about that. I was just grabbing my stick so I can silence the bird. Right, so we're in this podcast. We're going to be reviewing obviously Battleground, WWE Battleground, which took place on the 20th of July 2014. And oh my god, talk about fucking bad pay-per-views or what, man? I mean, this. It wasn't good, man. I mean, it was booked. The card was booked to be, wow, this is actually maybe going to be worth £15, you know, for people that actually do pay £15, because a lot of people out there that don't, you know, compared to last year's Battleground. I don't know if you were watching the time by last year's Battleground.
Last year's Battleground, but that was a clusterfuck as well.
Yeah, and the card was booked. It had Dean and Seth, White and Jericho, and it just seemed to be, it was slow, it was quite boring, it didn't really pick up a lot. I fell asleep during quite a lot of it, so I had to basically find another way to watch it, and then, but yeah, so anyway, before we go into the pay-per-view, we do discuss all the Raws and SmackDowns that took place before Battleground, so I'm just going to quickly run through that now, if I can find it on my notes, which I fucking can't, so it's annoying. So, anyone that is listening to this in the UK, do take care in this fucking heat wave, because it is unbelievable right now. I mean, I'm sat with the fan on, all the windows open, and my birds could probably fly out the window, but I don't care. So it's that bad. So we'll go back to Raw. Our Raw 21st of June 2014. Triple H comes out, books a match for Battleground, basically said straight away there was going to be a fatal four-way, Roman Reigns, Orton, Kane and John Cena all going to be in it. Of course, Orton, you know, the kiss-up child, he does nothing to get in it, you know, so fair enough. Miz returns and goes on the mic and says that he's Hollywood star, but Chris Jericho actually makes a return to WWE, and we haven't spoke about this, obviously, because this is our first one, yeah. So Chris Jericho has come back to WWE for us. So that is, I didn't know he was going to come back. I generally marked out because I didn't know. I didn't read anything online that he was coming back. So did you read anything that he was coming back?
Squared Circle, I mean, and any rumours that come along, you know, they immediately posted on there. Nobody knew Jericho was coming back, yeah. Or at least if they did, yeah, exactly. I mean, I knew one day he would return, but it was kind of hard to obviously pinpoint the position of when Chris Jericho, because he comes back, he fucks off, he comes back, he fucks off. So Chris Jericho comes back, I can hear knocking in your background. So he basically co-breakers in before we can even say it. Goes Raw as Jericho, boom, Wyatt's come out, they attack him, which setting up for Bray Wyatt versus Chris Jericho feud. And this is interesting because they did say, Chris Jericho, I think, did say that he wanted to feud with Bray Wyatt, and the two wanted to feud together, and that's one of the main reasons why he came back. So good on you, Jericho. AJ Lee also makes a surprise return that Raw. This Raw was actually quite good, proving obviously that she's not pregnant. Everyone's saying that she was made by CM Punk. She is married though, CM Punk. That got proven in the video. But yeah, so she makes a return and she wins the Divas title off page back just like she did after Raw, which I thought was a little bit shit, to be honest. I thought, what was the point of putting the Divas title on page if they were only going to reverse the roles when AJ came back off honeymoon? You know, it seemed a bit stupid, but whatever. We're not here to talk about that. Goes on to SmackDown the 4th of June 2014. The only thing was involved in there for Battleground was Swagger challenged Rusev to a match at Battleground. That was the only thing, and Lana didn't answer him. I'll let you do the end ones. Fuck it. Moves on to the 7th of SmackDown was the 4th of July. Sorry, not the June. Sorry, Raw was the 7th of July. Fandango says on camera that he will be in the Intercontinental title Battle Royal, which he wasn't. He was not in that Battle Royal, if I do remember correctly. He wasn't in that Battle Royal, was he? No. He was on a
he was not. RVD wasn't in the Battle Royal either, and was played by Woo Woo Woo, and I can't believe he actually won a match on Raw. Fuck me, that was amazing. But
And then basically the idea of doing Jericho versus Miz at Battleground was said. It didn't take place, so that was the original rumour. They wanted to do Jericho, Miz at Battleground, and save Wyatt and Jericho for SummerSlam. But obviously, as you know in WWE, plans change all the fucking time. The 11th of July 2014 SmackDown, where you had Chris Jericho versus Bray Wyatt was made for Battleground. We had Paige versus AJ Lee for Battleground was made, and the Usos taking on the Wyatts in a 2 out of 3 falls match for the titles were made at Battleground as well. So 3 matches was made on that SmackDown. My God, has it been me or has SmackDown been pretty bad like in the last few weeks? Like this week and last week, SmackDown has been pretty bad. You know,
to me, SmackDown's been pretty bad since I started watching again last year.
I wasn't
trying to be funny. I was offering my genuine, honest opinion.
Mr. Humorous over here, yeah, look up Pete the Metalhead for his stand-up comedy acts that he does every night at the Chuckle Pit, you know, and like... I know, and all this is probably going, well, SmackDown shit anyway, you know.
He's not been in it since 2001, what the hell are you on about?
No, I didn't call you Hugh Morris. When did I say Hugh Morris?
I was taking the piss.
Oh. You can be Hugh Morris if you want. Anyway, so, comedy aside, move on to Raw, the 14th of July 2014. Match for Dean Ambrose versus Seth is made for Battleground, and obviously, Seth attacks Dean, you know, he stopped him twice, I think it's 2 times on Raw, he stops him from cashing in Money in the Bank after Kane takes out John Cena, but that might have been last week, I can't remember, or the week before. Hi, Mish. So, Rusev and Lana do a promo, and they end up attacking Rusev. Rusev gets the high end, the Swagger basically super kicks him into the ankle lock, basically puts over that Swagger has any chance of beating Rusev, which he fucking doesn't. No one has a chance of beating Rusev. In fact, the Irish, I don't know why he's US champion fella is taking on Rusev on SmackDown this week actually. Actually, that is tomorrow. So, yeah, that's going to be fun to see Sheamus lose towards him, but yeah. Some matches, and some matches of people who were in the Continental Battle Royal were taking place as well on Raw. So, yeah, whatever. Alright, so, alright, I might as well do this one. 18th of July on SmackDown, Dean and Seth do a quick promo in there for their match at Battleground. Basically, Dean saying, I'm just going to kill you, and Seth saying, I'm going to kill you too, whatever, you know, that other shit. They did actually use the word kill before anyone thinks, what the fuck, you know, so. Rusev and Swagger again do another short promo for their match at Battleground, and it's more or less, I think they stood in the ring on microphone and stood up which country is better, America or Russia. Nobody cares. Jericho faced Luke Harper, and what was actually a pretty good match, actually. I could like that match, and obviously wins via roll-up because Jericho is going to go over, putting him over for their match against Bray at Battleground. So here we go. Now moving into WWE Battleground on the 20th of July 2014, and my God, 14, yeah. Alright, well, since I just did all that, you can talk about the opening match.
I'll have to go on the actual opening match, because this is one, I didn't actually watch the pre-show one.
The kickoff, wasn't the kickoff Naomi versus Cameron?
And Adam Rose versus Fandango.
Oh, there was 2 kickoffs.
Quite surprising.
Okay.
But like they were both.
I only knew about the
longer than both matches. You know what I mean?
I can understand that. I'm assuming they just had... Who won that? Naomi and Cameron? I didn't actually see that.
Like I say, I've not seen it. I just have the results. Because I've only seen the main pay-per-view, because this is the first pay-per-view this year that I didn't watch live, just because I just wasn't looking forward to it whatsoever. And it turned out self-fulfilling prophecy, as it were. But yeah, Cameron defeated Naomi, I believe. Yeah.
Really? Cameron won? Holy shit, I would have thought it would have been the other way around, but no, yeah. And I'm assuming, I'm guessing Adam Rose won against Fandango. And I'm even going to go out on a limb and guess that the 2 divas of Summer Rae and Thingy were actually in Adam Rose's dance party as well. I'm going to say that as well. You probably don't know, but yeah.
Like, best thing of the Adam Rose match tonight, and it's like Layla dancing around with Adam Rose's entourage.
Yeah, so entourage, that's a good word. Entourage, yeah, I can guess that they were probably, because they ended up kind of almost like kind of being with Ziggler, and then they're all over Zack Ryder as well, yeah. horse. You know, so yeah. Alright, well, I didn't see that, so yeah, okay, well, that's good, I suppose. Cameron beat Naomi at Battleground meets on the kickoff. It's weird, isn't it?
Let's get to the actual first match of Battleground, the main pay-per-view. It was the Usos, that's Jimmy and Jay, in case you don't know, which is... I don't know why I said that. That's bloody stupid of me. But versus
if you don't know,
versus the Wyatt family, namely Rowan and Harper. You know, not the entire family. And as Raven's pointing out, 2 out of 3 falls tag team match for the championship. Now, Yeah, it was a really good match.
No,
best match of the night.
It was a fucking awesome match. Definitely best match of the night. I honestly thought Dean and Seth was going to be match of the night, but it was a fucking awesome match. I'm just going to say how it was. Obviously the Usos and the Wyatts obviously got 2 quick falls. The Usos got the first fall with a running big boot. The Wyatts got the first fall with a running big boot by Luke Harper, and then obviously the Usos got another quick fall. So obviously the 2 falls are going to be quick, and then obviously the last fall was going to be the actual match. Now, before they got to the final fall, the match was it wasn't really that good. It was a bit slow, it was a bit drawn, it was a little bit slow and drawn out, but as soon as they got to the last fall, the match took place. The match picked up, we had near falls, we had great action, we had kick-outs, we had Eric Rowan suplexing both Usos. Just an amazing work from all 4 of those guys. I could watch them. If they plugged it every week, a match every week, I would probably not get bored of watching them go at it every week because they just have different things. And Eric Rowan kicked out of one of the Usos splash, and then I think whatever Uso had the face of, literally the guy who done the meme from the Under the Black dude who did the Undertaker meme. You could have done a meme out of that because Jimmy's face was he just kicked out of an Uso splash. So they finished it with a double Uso splash onto Eric Rowan, and which was kind of pointless because one landed on his body, one landed on his legs. So that was a bit weird. But yeah, but it was a good match. It was a very well executed match. I mean, it being 2 out of 3 falls, I thought was going to be giving the excitement, but it didn't really give that much excitement as I thought it was going to be. But it was still a good match. Sorry, I'm trying to hiccup. But yeah, it was good. I thought it was quite good. So it was definitely the best match.
Wyatts didn't get the tag titles and whatnot. But I mean, who knows? Yes. Maybe they're going to get it at SummerSlam. Fingers crossed. Touch wood.
Yeah, I know, man. I mean, I think everyone wanted the Usos to win this because clearly this is probably one of the best matches the Usos and the Wyatts have had. And of course I wanted the Wyatts to win, but I mean, I don't know. They will go over. Eventually, they'll go over. I think they will eventually, but I just don't know when. It should have been that Battleground. They should have gone over there and then really. And just but I'm thinking as soon as they make as soon as they've been made the champions, obviously I don't know if Wyatt's going to go a bit more separate towards them. Kind of being a little bit they won't do any 6-man tags anymore because Wyatt's the tag team champions, obviously, and Bray Wyatt's got his own stuff to do. I'm not saying they'll break up or anything. I'm just saying maybe they might separate themselves when they win the tag team titles. Maybe that's why they're hanging on to it and give them the titles later on when they know that they can safely give them a little bit of separation before going back together. You see what I mean? That's a little bit confusing to other people. I'm not saying they're breaking up. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying, usually, with the Shield, when Roman and Seth won the tag team title and Dean won the United States, they went a little bit slower, didn't they? They started doing separate matches and didn't do 6-man tag matches anymore. You know what I mean? They didn't do as many of them. The same could be for the Wyatts, and that might be why they're holding off on Luke and Eric not winning the titles. So moving on, we got an assumption that it was going to be Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins next. Well, that's what Michael Cole said. He said that match was coming up next, but so I don't know if that was going to. It seems weird to me that they would do Dean and Seth second on the card, but I don't know. But anyway, so we were set to see Dean and Seth. The match doesn't start. Seth has an interview. Dean just attacks him, goes mental. Triple H says, "Get him out of my building! Get him out of my building!" So he throws Dean out of the building. He obviously doesn't go out of the building, So he throws him out. So the match gets called off, which was unbelievably annoying. And I'm not sure because I'm reading that Seth's got a damaged knee, but then people are saying he hasn't got a damaged knee. So originally, they made this match to not ever take place. That was the original plan. I mean, why? Why would they not let them fight? There's no reason why they couldn't. So I don't know if this got something to do with his knee or not.
Everyone on Split Circle's going like, "Oh shit, he's totally injured and shit." You see the way they cut away and shit on the cameras, and when he's and then a lot of people. Then it came out.
Apparently they saw.
All he was just selling really well.
Yeah, maybe, because people apparently said they saw the ref kind of throw his arms up with the cross in the air, which is a signal that someone's really hurt. So I don't know, if that's. I don't know because people are saying. So really, if that's the case, WWE never had planned to do Dean versus Seth at Battleground, and it was always going to be a match that was going to be stopped. I mean, I know they're probably trying to build a feud. They're probably trying to bring it up,
really
for SummerSlam.
For it, so they just decided last minute, fuck it, we'll keep it till SummerSlam.
Yeah, maybe, probably. I don't see why they couldn't have had at least 5 minutes of a match. You know what I mean? I mean that would have been decent enough. But it pissed me off, man. It did.
Yeah. It was ridiculous.
It just pissed me off, you know. But I'm not gonna say anything or do anything, you know. Like at the end of the day, it's WWE, so you know. Shit happens. Let's just say that shit fucking happens. So move on to the next one, which was Paige versus third match, which was Paige versus AJ for the Divas title. Now this. I've got a few little comments about this. Now, this was a match I've been waiting for fucking years, and I was kind of hoping AJ would return at some point and challenge Paige for the title. I just didn't expect that AJ would win it literally the day she returned. So this match wasn't too bad. As we can tell, Paige is obviously had some bizarre friendship with AJ Lee, even though she beat her.
Kind of like that.
Obviously AJ. Yeah, he was good. Obviously, they didn't. Make it last. Obviously, Paige. We might as well say Paige turns heel on Raw, where she beats the ever loving crap out of AJ Lee. You know, so obviously, now she's turning heel.
You could probably say WWE turned the Paige.
Yeah, they turned the Page. Yeah, didn't. Yeah. Nah, it was funny, kind of. So this match wasn't too bad. It wasn't like what I thought it was going to be like when I thought, okay, so Paige and AJ Lee are the most talented divas on the roster. There's no one, they literally are the top divas. I don't think there's anyone. Maybe Natalya as well, and maybe Naomi, and they might be the 4 best divas on the roster. Everyone else is like, I mean, come on, Eva Marie? No, you know, I mean, Summer Rae? Not really, you know, so like, but there we go. Layla was okay, but not so good now. So it wasn't too bad, these two. I mean, they went at it. I mean, Paige started owning AJ Lee, and then AJ comes back, and then it's just your typical back and forth, and then I think AJ kicks out of the Paige turn, which was a bit odd. I'm kind of shocked they made a kick out of that. Paige gets out of the AJ submission. I can't remember what it's called now. It's the Black Widow. She gets out of the Black Widow. So at the end it wasn't too bad. She gets to the Black Widow and then she hits her with the Shining Wizard for the win. So that wasn't too bad. And then obviously Paige kind of looking like, I got beat, but I don't care, I got beat, you know, and she held up her hand as well, which was a bit weird. So yeah, what do you think of that?
Yeah, like I've been saying in the last few months since Paige turned up, the Divas matches have actually been like, well, the Divas matches involving her have been actually really good and shit. You know, and then, and AJ Lee, she was alright as well, and then now together, it was a quite good match. I suppose one annoying thing I found about it, didn't the CM Punk chant start up again?
Oh yeah, they've been chanting CM Punk, like, during AJ, like, I think they've been chanting CM Punk through every one of AJ's matches since he's returned, and I think it was only like 4 seconds into the match, and CM Punk, it's been chanted, and I was just thinking, for fuck's sake, let it die. Let it fucking die. He's not coming back. You think you're cool by just chanting, you know, her boyfriend during a match, you know, do you reckon that's cool to do that? No, it's not. It's fucking annoying. What?
Absolutely ridiculous.
Oh, husband. Yeah, her husband. Apparently, they are married now. There was a recent video of CM Punk when he got asked if he was ever coming back, and he said never ever, or never ever, whatever. And then he said, "Oh, I've just probably blown up Twitter by saying that." And he did have a ring on, so yeah. So they did obviously get married. So, but no, it's not cool to chant CM Punk, and hopefully it'll just be like the Ryback thing, you know, where they shout "Go!" I don't think they really do that anymore. I think Ryback at the match on SmackDown. Yeah, I mean, yeah, they had a match on SmackDown right back, so, and I don't think I've heard the Goldberg chants for a while now, so so hopefully that will die out soon enough, so, yeah, but that wasn't too bad. Hopefully they'll have a match at SummerSlam, and they'll obviously, like, the person who's writing that match will hopefully make it just a little bit more bigger. Right, better. So, right, what do we move on to?
Rusev,
Fourth match
versus Jack Swagger.
Versus Jack Swagger, and obviously, as we know, Jack Swagger is now a face. He's now turned to the face side. Probably the first time in ever. I don't think he's ever been a face while joining to WWE. I mean, if you think back to when he first came in, to what he's progressed at, he's never been a face, as far as I'm aware. I mean, someone can correct me when I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure he's never been a face in that company. I think he's always been heel. I mean, that's just my opinion. So, go on and talk about Swagger and Rusev. Talk about how bad it was.
Well,
it wasn't really
bad, but okay. It was. Well, given like fucking Rusev's normal caliber of matches barely hitting 5 minutes, this one was actually over 5 minutes. I think. Hang on, just give me a sec. Yeah, the time says actually fucking just under 10 minutes. So I mean that was the surprising part of it. Because
you actually. No, I was going to say, do you write it down the length of the match?
Not directly, no, but just for the podcast, I just check them up just to be on the safe side, just in case they don't want a reference. Well, in this one, I definitely needed it because you know what fucking Rusev matches are like, not even 5 minutes. And on this one, it's just because, I like Rusev as a competitor. This whole Russian angle is just, like, it's kind of hilarious. It's like the old school, like, 80s kind of heat. Like, I am not from here, USA, ha 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 ha.
Yeah, it's kind of what Cesaro did, you know. He was like Switzerland, and then he joined the un-Americans, the real Americans, you know what I mean? So like, it's kind of the same. So, yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, I actually, not enjoyed it. I didn't love it, but I actually enjoyed it more than Rusev's normal fucking caliber of match. Just like 2 minutes in, knockout, camel clutch. Oh, sorry, what does he call it? Fucking.
It's called the
Steiner fucking whatever. It's the fucking camel clutch. We know what it fucking is.
Yeah,
it puts him in the camel clutch, breaks the back, and makes him fucking humble. But the thing I liked about the match, it wasn't like super amazing, but I just liked it. Actually had length to it. It felt like a full match. Yeah.
I don't think it was going to be super amazing. I mean, considering that Rusev and Swagger are quite big guys, and that's what she said. But I mean, there's not a lot. I mean, if you take a match like Mark Henry and Kane, you're not going to get greatness out of that. You know what I mean? But if you take Mark Henry and maybe Evan Bourne, then you might get a bit of greatness. But obviously, Bourne is going to get crushed. You know? I mean, obviously Swagger is about 6'4". He's quite well built. Same with Rusev. He's quite, he's quite muscly as fuck. He's about the same size, so obviously it wasn't going to be a technical match. It was going to be a human car crash. This one was literally like two just banging into it. I can't remember that name, what he calls that now, and that's gonna piss me off until I remember what Rusev calls that fucking camel clutch. It's not the Patriot Lock, because that's what Swagger calls. Mish, what's Rusev's camel clutch called? What does he call it? I can't remember. Can you? Michael Cal always shouts it, but fuck it, we'll come back to that later. But yeah, it wasn't too bad. I mean, I thought the end was quite good. Obviously, Swagger gets the upper hand. He locks in the Patriot Lock, and then basically he goes to the outside of the ring and obviously wins the match by throwing Swagger into the post and knocking him out, which was quite a good. I thought the ending was quite good. I thought for an ending of those two caliber people, that was quite good. So I thought the ending wasn't so bad.
Apparently,
so they did that.
I've heard because of the controversy of what Lana said in the promo. Apparently, because it was
heat on them or something.
People equated it with the accolade. Oh yeah, so
sorry,
right in the middle of that. But yeah, it was because people mistook what she said to be relating to some flight in the Ukraine that got shot down by Russians.
Oh, shit down, shut down by Eva didn't.
Yeah, and basically there's talk about apparently rumours, dirt sheets, etc. There's rumour that there might be like dropping the whole Rusev Swagger angle from now on.
Well, I definitely need to drop the Rusev Swagger angle. I think they need to drop maybe Rusev kind of promoting Putin and and just like saying what she said. Really, I mean, it wasn't Lana's fault. Whoever wrote that script for that match obviously maybe wasn't thinking, and it may have come off the wrong way. But I mean, WWE never say. I mean, who remembers Muhammad Hassan? You know, I don't know if you remember.
I've read about
really
it,
bad.
And apparently he was like the super ultra like.
He was worse than. I mean, if you think putting over Vladimir Putin after considering, he's probably in my eyes a complete wanker. Now, Mohammed Hassan was like terroristic speak. You know, I'm sure he even mentioned 9/11 maybe quite a few times. He was just really bad, but WWE let it happen.
I read about the whole his whole shtick. And they were cool going with that, and apparently they were going to have him win the actual WWE Championship at one point, and
Mohammed
then
Hassan,
7-7 happened in England, and they just basically quietly dropped him off. I was just like,
dropped him off.
Which is like, it's a shame for him as a performer, because it's like I don't think they fired him. They just
he was quite a good wrestler, Mohammed Hassan. He wasn't exactly crap. I mean, he had some good matches against the Undertaker for a while. I mean, he wasn't terrible.
But they just after 7-7 happened, they just basically killed him off, and then I don't think they fired him straight away, but they pretty much kept him off.
No. I mean, what happened was basically he had a match with the Undertaker, and then he last rided him literally through the stage, and then after that, obviously onto a mattress. But so he last rided him through the stage, and then he was never seen again after that. And then they just got this assumption that Undertaker basically ended his career.
That must have happened right after the 7-7 bombings, which is It's just
some
very unfortunate set of events, which cost the guy his job. And I mean, it wasn't even his.
That was the bombings in London.
I mean, it wasn't even his fault. I don't mean the bombings in London. I mean his character. Because obviously the character's written for him.
Yeah, I know exactly. I mean, like the characters WWE, they give them something to do. They have to do it. You know what I mean? So it's not his fault. Like he wasn't promoting the bombings, or he didn't go on or Facebook or say, I'm glad what happened. He didn't do anything like that. It wasn't his fault. The WWE gave him a gimmick, obviously, because they always try and get these like religious-y kind of groups into WWE that kind of like with Rusev, Hassan. There's been quite a few of them. They always get these people. I mean, look at the Iron Sheik. I mean, he was quite bad back in the day. Even Slaughter, when Slaughter first turned heel, he went against America, and he did some quite really bad things as well. Yeah, the kerfuffle. Such a kerfuffle. Yeah. So anyway, so that was that. So yeah, it wasn't a good match. So they I hope they're not going to drop it. I mean, like Rusev's got a match against SmackDown against Sheamus on literally tomorrow, which will be the 25th. So that'll be interesting to see. It is not for a US title.
They missed out on a great booking opportunity there. They could have him take the US title off Sheamus, and then have Swagger versus Rusev for the US title. Big iconic thing. Yeah.
Mate, it's Sheamus. He's got to be. Do you know what? Fuck it. This is probably going to go over time. But I'm going to say it anyway. The US title is probably the most meaningless piece of shit now in WWE. It means nothing. You can put that belt on anyone, and it won't mean a fucking thing. And you know why? Because it's never defended. Okay, I will admit, when it went on Dean Ambrose at first, I was okay with that. I was a little bit okay, but after 3 weeks of him barely defending it, I mean, I thought, what was the point of putting a title on a man who's in a trio who had more six-man tag matches and he had US title defenses? See what I mean? Sheamus has got to be the fucking worst United States champion I've ever seen. I'm sure someone can probably name me someone from WCW back in the day who was the worst champion, but I'm talking about WWE. Sheamus is the worst United States champion I've ever seen. Why? Because the man, all he does is he squashes people every single week. He never defends that title. When was the last time Sheamus ever defended that title? Probably months ago. He gets put into matches. He was in the Money in the Bank contract match last month, which was a bit weird, and he gets put in the Intercontinental title Battle Royal. It's like, why? You already have a belt. Why not put him in a match to defend the fucking belt? Why put him in another match? Why? It's fucking stupid. Sorry.
I've got one. You were asking, can you think of a worse US champion? Goldberg.
Yeah, suppose so, yeah. But, I mean, it's the same with Daria, really. Goldberg was main eventer. They should never put that on him. Same with Dario. He was back in the day, he used to be getting the Intercontinental world title, so like that, But now he's not even barely anything really anymore. So it's just it saddens me. It really does. But sorry, I just thought having that belt on Sheamus is pointless. They can take it off of him, give it to Ziggler, give it to Miz. Well, not now. Give it to Miz. Give it to give it to Zack Ryder again. I don't know. Fuck it. Just give it to Zack Ryder. The belt's gone downhill anyway, so might as well just give it to him. Give Sheamus a proper opportunity, because while he's going into matches as US champion, of course he was never going to win Money in the Bank because he was champion. Of course he was never going to win the Continental title. But then again, there is rumours as well, dirt sheet spoilers, that they want to again fuse in the Continental title with the United States belt. They want to unify that one as well. That's still going around. They went round a month ago, then the rumours stopped, and now the rumours are coming back again.
Yeah, I think
so it's just
they definitely should.
Because you heard Michael. Yeah, I think you heard Michael Cole say on SmackDown, if Sheamus was to win the Continental title, he would unify them. So, I don't know. I don't think unifying would be a good idea. But then again, how badly both titles mean now, they don't. It's like, oh yeah, Miz won the Continental title, yeah. It's like, whoa, but didn't you do that before when Ray Barrett won it, and then Miz won it, then Barrett won it, then Miz won it, yeah.
They should, like I said, they definitely should just unify them. But what I mean, unify, just basically get rid of the US title. Yeah. So unify and have the IC title actually be the second. Well, the thing is, apparently at SummerSlam they're changing the logo to the new network logo, and they're also introducing belts and shit. So I'm guessing they're finally going to have the World Heavyweight Championship as a single belt.
So SummerSlam this year is going to be quite entertaining, then, really, when you think about it. It's going to be quite up there. So
the night after, I'm guessing, assuming Lesnar wins, hopefully, touch wood. That they'll introduce the new belts the day after that to him, and hopefully it'll be a single fucking belt.
Yeah, I mean, I thought when Cena gave Flair the belt on Raw last week, because he said keep it, I thought that was him maybe getting rid of it, but obviously, you know, he just obviously got backstage and decided to keep it, so that kind of sucked.
They probably got each belt, you know.
Yeah, probably, yeah, exactly. Like, here, have this
you
title.
ever see, like, any, like, stuff where, like, the superstars show their houses out to, like, cribs or, like, other programs that show that? Every single superstar seems to have a copy of a belt they've won, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, Rock's got like a cabinet with like all
and I'm
titles,
pretty sure
you know?
it's not like, you know, the belts are on timeshare, like, you know, it's like, so, right, I'll have it for a bit, then I'll send it over to Rock, then Rock will send it over to Hogan, you know.
Yeah, exactly. We're time share them now. They're probably just replicas, I'd imagine, and real life, or they've got another real version of it made, because I mean, obviously they've got the money, so you know. But there we go. But anyway, I understand that. Yeah, but I read something earlier that Rock, because I found a poster that they leaked for WrestleMania, and it had obviously Brock and Rock on it, and someone else. But apparently the whole Brock versus Rock idea, again, got nipped, apparently. I don't know whether Rock said no, but they was going to do Rock and Brock again at some point. I think they was going to do it at WrestleMania, so I think that was one of the first initial plans. But obviously Daniel Bryan became champion. He's now injured again, so let me just... This is weird. I put this on Facebook the other day. Everyone that seems to be winning something is getting injured. I mean, look, Daniel Bryan injured, Wade Barrett injured. I mean, maybe Seth Rollins, if he is injured or not, I don't know if he is. It might be a fake, but still injured if it's actually real. You see what I mean? It's like everyone that wins something, and yet the only belt that means fuck all to a wrestler doesn't even really mean that much. It's Sheamus. He doesn't get injured. Why can't he injure him? You know, it's just like, what the fuck? So anyway, so we move on. We're going off topic a bit like we usually do. We'll go back on. Next match was Bray Wyatt versus Chris Jericho, and this was my second. It was my second. Now my first, since Dean Ambrose and Seth didn't take place. Match of the night. Now, I was a little bit disappointed in this match. It's a shame because the promo build up to it was for the space they had of 2 weeks. It was really quite good. And Bray Wyatt gave Sister Abigail him on the stage, and Sister Abigail him into the locker as well. I think that Jericho's ear was bleeding, which was pretty bad as well. But it didn't feel there was no real buzz in this match. It didn't feel like there was that buzz we get when two people feud so well and then we have a match. It didn't feel the buzz of when Austin versus The Rock at WrestleMania for the last time ever at WrestleMania 19 or whatever one it was. You know, there was buzz in that. It didn't feel like there was no real buzz. It was quite... Okay, so Luke and Eric get sent to the back, you know, because they've interfered too much. Most of it is just back and forth. It's quite slow style with a lot of it was Bray dominating, you know, and hitting some strong elbows and stuff. Good solid work as always, of course. I'm not saying the match wasn't good. It was pretty good. Towards the end, it was quite good. I mean, Bray dominates most of this match anyway. Jericho basically... So the ending is Jericho goes to... Bray Wyatt, I think, goes for Sister Abigail and then he clotheslines him down. He goes to pick him up and then basically Jericho hits the code breaker out of nowhere and just basically gets the win. You know, which was a bit of an odd one. Now, I would have thought we could have seen, like, maybe a near fall. He could have done Sister Abigail and Jericho could have kicked out, or Bray could have kicked out of the code breaker. It just ended literally just like that, you know. It's like someone running a race and then they just decide to stop and then go play Pokemon. You know, it's just like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? It didn't feel like it had really good... All it did was like, Bray was dominating him, looked like he was going for the win after he does the spider, and then Jericho just hits the code break out of nowhere, which was fine, fair enough, crafty Jericho, you know, but I thought, what if Bray kicked out of that, you know, and then hits his Abigail, runs his Abigail, and then Jericho kicked out of that, and then maybe got the Walls of Jericho in or something, or the Lion Soul, you know, it just didn't... It was a good match at best, it was alright, I mean, but I think the writing could have been a little bit more better. I mean, they might be saving it for SummerSlam. Everyone's saying that now, you know, if there's a shit match on a card, there's a shit match now. They're obviously making SummerSlam. So if they have a match at SummerSlam, it's probably going to be like 100 times better. But I don't know. I mean, what did you think? Do you feel like...
Over the night, it was probably the second best match. But just as an actual match itself, it was okay. It was just like... It just felt like a...
Yeah.
Just a standard kind of match. I mean, I know it was rule-wise, but I mean, like... Just, back and forth was alright, blah, 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 then, as you said, code breaker out of nowhere, and it's just like, oh, there we go, pin, it's like, oh, is that it, really? Oh, that's a shame. What any thoughts about Jericho going over Wyatt?
No, I mean, I don't I don't mind that, okay? I don't mind Jericho going over Wyatt. Here's why. Everyone got pissed that Wyatt didn't win. I love Bray Wyatt, as I'm supposed to do, yeah, and we've seen on previous podcasts, but you got to understand that obviously Jericho is the return, so he's not obviously gonna, when Jericho returned again at the Royal Rumble last year, God, there's nothing going on. All he did was lose all the time. And that's what, he would always put people over, you know. But obviously, it's about time Jericho come back and he got to win. You know, I mean, Bray will probably win at SummerSlam. Jericho win the one after that, and Bray win the one after that. You know, like Jericho is the return. So to a degree, you know, maybe Bray wanted to put Jericho over a little bit, you know. And of course, Bray will win sooner or later. I mean, you know, his family do interfere. Maybe we might get like a cage match at SummerSlam or something. Look what happened between now. We might get that creepy kid come back again.
Now, I like the creepy kid idea, but its execution was not the best.
Oh, there's my Elstorm shirt. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was quiet.
The initial the shock of it was amazing. Then later that same pay-per-view, then they fucking do that backstage promo with the kid, and then you can hear the audience laughing, and it's just like, oh, you stupid bastards! You should have just let it end like that. At least, luckily, that stopped little Johnny from, coming a regular thing, because I figured that would have been really cringeworthy if they did.
Yeah, it was a good way to win. I think, regardless, it was a good way to win because I think Cena won more matches out of that feud than Bray Wyatt did, and people are still pissed off about that. So, see, that Randy Orton shirt is actually the one I want, but you can't find that one. So I ordered that off eBay, and that's how they sent it to me, even though it was supposed to be the original. Fucking wankers, man. Never trust eBay. Sorry. Sorry, I was talking about the Age of Orton t-shirt when he had it with the kind of the gas mask on that. It's my most favourite Randy Orton shirt ever. And obviously you can't get it nowadays. So I went on eBay and I saw one, and obviously all he did was send me a very small logo, literally about probably on the middle of the t-shirt. I'm thinking that's not what I ordered, you know what I mean? So sorry, I just thought I'd point that out. I'm sorry, I'm talking to Michelle. Anyway, yeah, I mean, I think Bray Wyatt lost more than John Cena did in that feud, but I don't know, I mean, am I going to be annoyed if Jericho wins at SummerSlam? Probably a little bit, because I think Bray deserves at least some sort of victory, you know, but as I said, Jericho is the return. He's not come back for full time as far as I'm aware. He's probably just I think he's going in September, or I think he's going in November. I think he's going in September, I'm pretty sure he's going in September.
Just find it out next time Fozzie's doing a tour, then you can probably figure out. Yeah,
and you can guarantee you that he'll disappear literally, like, and they'll probably have like the Wyatt family just like throw him off a building or something, you know, just to completely cripple him, even though people know, oh no, never mind, no, Jericho's fine, he's just going to go play with his fucking band again. I'm not even, I mean, like, no offense to Jericho or nothing, but I'm not even really a big fan of Fozzy, to be honest. Like, I mean, they're okay, but I wouldn't say that their greatest things is AC/DC or Metallica. I mean, they're okay. I mean, I like Enemy, but then everyone loves Enemy. Jericho's even admitted that's their most favourite song, but he's a good singer, they're a good band, but I think I listened to the last album, and I think it was like Sandpaper, or Sandpaper Spiders or whatever, or was that a System song? I don't know. I think it's called Sandpaper, and I just didn't like it. You know, I just didn't feel it. I mean, are you a fan of Fozzy? Do you like him?
I think I may have heard that Enemy song you're on about, but even then I can't remember it properly.
You're my enemy. Yeah, you probably have heard the Enemy song. They've used it. They've used it as a WWF a kind of like theme before. They've used it as theme, so I don't know if that would have been.
It'll never beat SummerSlam 2001. Oh. Let the bodies hit the floor.
I've got that on the original Div, Let the Bar, which turned into the ECW theme song as well. They had great themes back in the day, WWF. They had all this like Saliva and Disturbed and that, and now they just pick like, I mean, they even had like Flow Rider do an appearance on Raw again. They had Flow Rider do a live appearance on Raw, and they made him perform. It's like, why? Why do we need to see him again? No offense, but why do we need to see him again? You know, he was bad the first time, so, you know.
What was it? I think was it WrestleMania 27 or 28? They had these, this pasty white fucking wigger come out with like an equally stick thin chick wearing practically nothing, perform this god awful fucking rap song, and then like at the end he's all like, "Hey, I'm an underdog, just like Cena, yo," and it's just like.
Oh, isn't he wearing like a blue tracksuit or something?
He was a pasty as white guy wearing his cap backwards, and it's just like, don't do hip hop, mate. You know, just let you know people who can actually do hip hop. You know, rather than this fucking weird hybrid shit that you're doing. It was crap.
Yeah, I know. I mean, actually, I think SummerSlam, like 2 years ago, or 3 years ago, 3 years ago, they're like a really like big, like kind of like African American or black dude. They're this really big, like fat black dude, like sing at SummerSlam, and he's obviously a famous guy, but I can't remember what he's called.
I was going to say Notorious B.I.G., but he's been dead for like 15 years, hasn't he?
Yeah, he was but he was wearing a muumuu, like he was wearing like kind of I think a muumuu, what fat people wear in America, and he was wearing a massive purple one. And honestly, he just looked like a pair of floating curtains with a microphone. It looked like, wow, what the fuck, man? No, that's weird, man. But Flo Rida's definitely going to be there, like.
It'd be alright to actually
anyway
back, because then maybe they might get Wu-Tang Clan in or NWA.
No, don't mention the Attitude Era, because there are people in the comments go, oh, I only love the Attitude Era. Let's talk about the Attitude Era. Fuck
that of me.
Fucking mark out fanboy fucking people. Anyway, move on. So what do we move on? What was after Jericho and Bray Wyatt? What was the sixth match of the night?
Battle Royale for the vacant W.
It was 19. I think it was 20.
But I think he got taken out because he's on injury.
Who got taken? RVD. Oh yes, RVD. Fandango was not in that as well, which I'm pretty sure if you go back and listen to Fandango on commentary, he does say that he was put in his contact about Raw. And I'm positive, I'll check this again, I'm pretty sure, obviously he was on the kickoff, so he got changed from the Battle Royal to the kickoff. And Zack Ryder, I don't even remember him being announced to be in it. So yeah, so go on. Opinions, what do you think about the title Battle Royal?
There's been, to my recollection, on the main TV, there's been 3 Battle Royales this year. That's the WrestleMania one,
yeah,
the US title one, and this one. I'd say this one ranks the third for me. It wasn't like shite, but it wasn't as good as the other two. Yeah.
I think it was your average thing, but when it comes to Battle Royals now in WWE, you don't think, oh my god, we're getting a Battle Royal tonight on Raw. You just think, oh my god, a Battle Royal tonight on Raw. Who gives a shit?
Strange enough, that was my this year, the one for the US title. That was actually a really good Battle Royale.
Oh yeah, no, the US title one was good. No, the US title one was actually really good. I have to admit that was actually really good.
I must admit this one. I mean, it was really good, and then all of a sudden, like fucking Miz out of nowhere, fucking dumping, fucking Ziggler over the top rope, because it was really good because everyone was like, at last Ziggler, they're fucking giving Ziggler a push. It's like. Yeah.
But of course, they forgot that Miz was outside the ring.
They did give Ziggler a push, over the top rope.
Yeah, exactly. He did actually get a proper push as well until someone injured him. Swagger, I don't think, should go back to wrestling school because he's injured 2 people now. He injured Ziggler and he also injured Wade Barrett. So, he's just injuring people left, right and centre. Is that how many clothes are from the wardrobe? Holy shit. I have a lot of clothes. Sorry, I'm sorry. Michelle's packing while I'm doing this.
Awesome. But
great
cat.
Yeah, so yeah.
I was surprised Great Khali turned up again. I mean, he's just been off TV since like forever. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean he's been off TV for fucking ages. I mean last I heard he went back to India, like he's been living in India, like promoting WWE for a while. I mean, but to be fair, he's not. I'm surprised he didn't get cut when they were making all those cuts. I mean, what's the point of having him around? I think the only reason they're having him around because obviously he's the tall. I mean, where the fuck has the Big Show been? I mean, is it me or has the Big Show not been used in a while? Like he's not been around.
I think last time I saw him was probably a month or so after WrestleMania when like Thingy. Damien Sandow comes out and he's all pissed off, and then like Big Show just comes out like punches him.
Oh yeah, and Big Show just punches him. Yeah, and I think Sandow started doing like kind of the stupid gimmicks.
I saw a tweet from I'm not sure if it was backstage in Raw or it was on the same night as the Raw just passed. But Big Show, he looks really healthy now. He looks really healthy as I cough myself to death. Yeah.
Unlike you.
No, he's lost a lot of weight. And whatnot, he looks pretty good. It's hopefully he might come back and he'll be a lot sturdier than he is because I hate to do a comparison, but him and Khali, Khali's a lot worse. I don't mean bad. I mean obviously he's not great in the ring, but I mean worse in a worse physical condition because you can see the guy can barely fucking bend his legs or anything. Yeah, and
well, he's got that problem, isn't he? That Andre the Giant has, hasn't he? Got that like giganticism problem or something? Yeah. He's got some problem apparently.
Had as well, but luckily he had surgery for it.
Yeah, but I think Khali's got apparently. If you look at Khali's like jaw structure and the spots on his chest, apparently you can tell that him and like. So I think he'll pretty much die actually in the next maybe like 20 years. I have no idea. So.
That's not right.
I don't know. I mean, I heard that like 5 years ago. So that could have been like he could have had surgery. I mean, he's always out. We don't know what Carly's doing now. He could have had surgery since then. So, but yeah, I mean, they might be keeping Carly around because he's probably the second tallest guy in the industry. And because he's from India. WWE like to keep people from other countries in, so it promotes people, to get over more. So then when they go back to India, they've got the hometown guy, the great Carly, so it gets more fan base. So that might be why they're not releasing him. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's a shame, really. No offense to Carly, he was good when he first came in, but now he's just like, really, yeah. So, but yeah, hopefully Big Show will, maybe he's coming back. Maybe he's trying to make a more healthy return. I mean, he probably is. I'm not completely too sure. Sock attack, missed. So the Battle Royal. Sorry, I was getting a bit dazed over there. Yeah, the Battle Royal wasn't too bad. So obviously it starts off, everyone just goes for Carly, and they just all like kind of just go, oh, and he's like, oh, and then he thrusts everyone away, just like what Big Show did to the Shield before he punches out before he punches out Triple H. So Carly fights everyone, but then of course Carly gets eliminated, and then normal people get eliminated, and of course the Miz, hiding under the floor, going under the rope, just like the coward that he is, making people sort of forget that he's still involved in the match. We get down to Bo Dallas. Actually made it quite far, to be honest. He made it quite far in that match. I didn't think Bo Dallas was going to make. Quite a few people made it quite far.
I think the biggest upset of the night, depending, it might not be an upset if you're a fan of wrestling memes, but fucking Heath Slater eliminating Cesaro. That was like, whoa, what the fuck?
Yeah, I know, that is a bit weird. I mean, Cesaro now, I don't know what's going on with him, because I mean, like, he's not a Paul Heyman guy anymore.
Because that fucking experiment failed.
And it's obvious he wasn't going to be a Paul Heyman guy, and the reason is obviously because if they're using Brock Lesnar now, Paul Heyman's going to obviously spend more time with Brock Lesnar, obviously, than Cesaro. So that's obviously, I think they decided, right, well, let's cut Cesaro as the Paul Heyman guy, because obviously Paul's going to be with Brock Lesnar probably near enough every week now, so we can't get him to do both. And I like the idea at first, but no offense, Paul Heyman, or no offense to whoever wrote that, it was a bit silly. It never went anywhere. I thought when Cesaro was going to be Paul Heyman's manager, Paul Heyman guy, I thought, okay, this is Cesaro, now he's going to be a main eventer. Now he's going to go to Battleground instead and be in the Fatal 4, but he wasn't. He didn't really do anything other than have a couple of matches. He lost a couple of title matches, and that's it. So I was like, what was the point? It was excitement when they announced it, but like, I don't know, it just felt like a little bit of a letdown. So, overall, the Battle Royal was alright, and it ends up with Sheamus and Ziggler being the last two. It was an epic fight between those two, and then Sheamus goes to kicks him out. Ziggler goes on the ropes, apparently, thought he'd won, and Miz tips him over. And then, obviously, so the Miz wins in the Continental Battle Royal, and I'm pissed off at this because whatever they do now, the Intercontinental title goes between three people. It goes between Kofi Kingston, Wade Barrett, no offense to Bad News Barrett, because he has actually a good wrestler, and Dolph Ziggler, and The Miz, sorry. That's the only three people the Intercontinental title ever go to, and The Miz is probably going to just drop it again in 2 months' time to Wade Barrett when he comes back, and then he'll probably drop that again to The Miz again, it's just like, again, the Intercontinental title is just going like the US, it's becoming pointless, so I like The Miz, wearing a Miz t-shirt right now, but he is a talented person, regardless of what any people say. People say he should have been fired ages ago because he's the worst thing to come into WWE. No, he's not the worst thing to come into WWE. Fucking, I could say Chris Benoit was the worst thing to come into WWE, but he wasn't, because he was actually decent. He was actually a decent wrestler, regardless of what he did in his mental state. We've seen worse things come out of wrestling. He's nowhere near that, and The Miz is. So, was he the right person to win the Battle Royal? No. Personally, I would have liked Dolph Ziggler to win, because then at least it would have been what the fans wanted, and then it would have been a little bit like, okay, Dolph Ziggler now has a purpose, regardless if he's holding a shitty title or not. He still has a purpose. So there we go.
I think we're almost wrapping up now, and with the final match of the evening.
Sorry, I just kind of went into a kind of a rant, Did you want to say any more on that Battle Royal? What did you think about The Miz winning? Did you think that was the right call?
I could see it coming when it was happening now, which is unfortunate, because there's a camera cut to the IC belt, and you can see The Miz just lying there under the outer table, and it's like, oh.
Yeah, so you could honestly, you can tell right away that it was obviously going to be The Miz winning.
It wasn't a terrible Battle Royale in my opinion. Just of the three we've had this year, it ranks number 3 for me.
Yeah. Ironic, because it's the third one, but still. Okay, so we wrap it up, and we'll wrap it up with you doing this and me doing this. So the 7th match, or the main event of the night, was John Cena versus Roman Reigns versus Kane versus Randy Orton for the WWE World title.
Well, I'm going to get my shit out first on this, because basically I have about 2 minutes worth of stuff to say about this, and then I have nothing more, because the problem is they released promotional material accidentally, like about a month and a half ago.
Yeah, which ruined that Cena was going to win.
Versus Lesnar, all the promotional material, and it's just like
SummerSlam.
Oh, great! There we go. There's literally no point to this match, so I basically just watched, just like heady man, just like you know, and I just couldn't get into it. It's not that they even put on a terrible match. I just couldn't be arsed watching it. It was just like, oh, there's no, I mean, that makes me sound like a complete smarky cunt, and yes, I probably am. But, you know, it was just like, it's like, I mean, there's no point in even trying to suspend disbelief. Cena wins, lol, fucking, we'll see what happens at SummerSlam, you know, and it was just like, I mean, yeah, fair enough. I mean, I think I actually roused a tiny bit when Roman Reigns started popping off, but then I was like, oh wait, yeah, Cena's gonna win this, mate, so
yeah, I mean, Roman Reigns wouldn't have won it anyway, because to be fair, everyone wanted Roman Reigns to win. It's like, why? Like, it's too soon. It's literally too soon for Roman Reigns to be winning anything right now.
Sure. I agree with that sentiment, but also at the same time, I really hate Cena that much. And, well, not the.
Yeah, I know.
As everyone tells me on internet, I don't hate Cena the person, just the character, blah blah blah. You know. But yeah, I was just like, I'll take Reigns. Even when I was watching Money in the Bank last month, I was just like, oh fuck it, I'll take Orton over Cena. Let Orton win. Fuck me, just let not Cena. Fuck sakes. And then then that happened, and then like I say, to me there was no point in watching this match, because it's been spoiled. Who's going to win? Because even if you like soul's totally sure, like you know who's going to win. There's always the odd chance that they might surprise you and shit. But with this, like it's they fucking screwed the pooch by releasing all that promotional material for SummerSlam, so you can't even have the slight hint of like, oh, you might, they might do something unexpected, because they obviously weren't going to.
No, it sucks that the SummerSlam poster was leaked and the promo, because it was horrible. I mean, to be fair, I probably knew deep down John Cena was going to win, because I thought it's not going to be Kane, because they don't ever push Kane regardless. I thought it's not going to be Roman Reigns. It's just, I'm sorry, it's far too soon. I don't care when anyone says, yes, I'm a Roman Reigns fan. Yes, when he has his own t-shirts, I will probably buy one, But like at the end of the day, he's not ready. It's too soon for be sticking such a big belt on such a person. Same as Bray Wyatt. People want, oh yeah, it should be Bray Wyatt. Yes, Bray Wyatt, amazing wrestler, amazing promo. The Wyatt family, probably the best heel group in WWE for nearly 2 fucking years. They've played the Wyatt family so well. I don't want the Wyatt family to end. I want it to be from now until I die, but it's not going to happen. But Bray Wyatt, it's too soon. People, we have to mould it up. You can't just stick to champions just because a wrestler is talented. It's not back like the WWE. You can't just take a talented wrestler and stick your title on him like that anymore. You can't do that anymore. They've got to mould themselves, work up the ladder, and that's exactly what Kurt Angle did when he came to WWF, WWE, sorry. So, like, it's that philosophy. I'm sorry, I'm not a Roman Reigns hater. I like him. I like him a lot.
Kurt Angle a title within a year of his being in the company.
Yeah, I know, but still, that was a year after. That was a year. That's fine. Roman Reigns hasn't been in the company for. I think he has actually. Yes, but he's just. Yeah, but you got to think he's just split from the Shield. He's just broke away from the Shield. So let's let that. Let's let it see that he can run solo before anything. That's what I think. He's just broken up from the Shield. You can't just stick the world titles on him at first. He's got to prove it. I mean, Seth Rollins has got this briefcase. I don't know what WWE plan to do with that. I don't know when he's planning to cash in. Is he going to win the title? Maybe it's maybe that's too soon as well. But then again, that's what Money in the Bank's there for. It's there to help promote the new mid-comers to become mid-carders. That's why when Daniel Bryan first won the briefcase, I was like, holy shit. I knew he was going to get there anyway, but holy shit, that him winning that briefcase was definitely a takeoff to the right direction, and that's when he won the world title, started the yes movement or the no movement, you know, and now look at him now he's fucking injured, and now I'm kind of getting bored watching Raw now. It's like they're not seeing Daniel Bryan on it. I don't know what's going on with him, so. God, I could talk for hours, couldn't I? I just got a lot of opinionated things. Do you have any other opinionated things on this match? So yeah, we're talking about obviously the spoiler.
No, it's an okay standard match. I didn't really care for it because I couldn't be asked because I know he's winning.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't get into it. That's all I can say about it, really. It's just, so yeah, like I said, I'm sorry if it makes me sound like a big smacky bastard, but there you go. It's, when shit's ruined for you, you know, it's hard to, like, you know, get into it. I mean, Cena, Kane, Orton, Reigns, it's not the best fucking...
No, it's not the best match ever. You know, I mean, especially like when Kane, like, it was. To be fair, if I'm going to be brutally honest, I thought the match was just going to be a shambles, but it wasn't. To be honest, the match was quite entertaining. It was at least a minimum. I'd give it at least 6 out of 10.
Yeah, like I said, it wasn't a terrible match. It's just I couldn't get into it. That's
Yeah, because nor could I, because I knew for the fact what the outcome was going to be. It was going to be regardless of how many people. I mean, Roman Reigns went on a massive bust. He beat the crap out of everyone. I thought there's no point. He's not going to win. You know, Kane turned on Orton, you know, and stuff like that. But the ending was good. You know, I liked the ending. It was him throwing spears out of nowhere, and then Orton hitting the RKO, and then Cena hitting the FU. It was a good end regardless. But yeah, if WWE maybe hadn't leaked out that promo, then maybe, you know, I can think obviously a lot of people knew that Cena was going to win anyway, so we now know that Lesnar. But here's the question: will Cena become Super Cena versus Brock Lesnar? This is Cena Lesnar 2, apparently Cena Lesnar 3, apparently according to someone, because they faced off back in the day, but I don't remember them doing that. So this is Cena Lesnar 2.
They faced off.
Do you think, honestly,
2012 or something like that? I watched it on the network.
Yeah, they did that. Yeah, that was the first match. That was the first Brock versus Cena. But apparently they faced off back in the Attitude Era as well at some point. I don't know. Someone told me that earlier on Facebook. I'm going to have to double check that apparently. But so this is Cena Lesnar 2. So do you think WWE are going to give Lesnar the belt?
There's a lot of speculation online people saying, they shouldn't give the belt to a part-time or he's going to fuck off, etc. Personally...
Yeah, exactly. I kind of agree that's true. I agree that's true,
but I wouldn't mind. It would be interesting to see Lesnar with the belt again. Because, I mean, I'm guessing... I'm guessing that, if they give him the belt, he's going to be on a proper short-term contract, you know, not just like one appearance.
As far as I'm aware, he's only signed a 2-year deal, so, like, I'm not really too sure, what that entitles, but I mean, like, if they're gonna obviously, it's like, yeah, that's exactly what I've been saying on Facebook, you've just exactly said it. Like, obviously, if they're gonna put the belts on him, he's gonna have to stick around more. He's gonna have to be on Raw every single week, whether he likes it or not, you know? I don't know why he's not been around more. I think he's returned. He could have been there every night doing a lot more matches, but no, he's been a southern arsehole. He's like, well, I'm not coming to WWE unless you give me pay-per-view matches, and he probably gets £1 million. He probably gets way high salary than what he probably should be earning compared to most people in that company. You know, there's people that break their ass every single week at Raw and SmackDown, and they probably get nothing compared to what Brock Lesnar's being paid. He just shows up like literally once or 2 times a month. You know, it's pathetic, really. But the same thing was said about The Rock when Rock beat CM Punk. I was pissed about that because I wasn't pissed that Punk lost the belts. I was pissed that they made it lose to The Rock because I knew for a fact that all he was going to do was fuck off in about 2 months' time. What happened? He did. Exactly. He was only back to promote the movie, and that's all he ever did, and that's why he did. So ending what was a fantastic streak of CM Punk's just for some film promotion guy, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if The Rock comes back to promote Hercules at some other point. I wasn't surprised he was going to come back for that. I know it's not a WWE thing, but still, you know, like, I don't know. It's just
neither was Guardians of the Galaxy, but Batista came back for that, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's fucked off again, but he'll come back again regardless. But this is what's annoying me about part-timers, anything like that. You know what I mean? Like, let's just have the final moment. Let's do what Jerry Springer says. Let's have our final thought of this moment. The final thought. If Brock Lesnar is going to win the titles, let's just hope that they give him more contract hours. Let's just hope that. He needs to. You can't be a part-time champion, regardless of what anyone will say. No, sorry, you can't. I don't care. You can comment me on this video as much as you fucking want. You cannot be a champion and be part-time. It does not fucking work. You know, like the video if you will agree with this, because you cannot be that. You know, a lot of people out there don't like Brock, but a lot of people out there do like Brock. I'm okay. I'm not a big fan of Brock Lesnar, but not for Joanna Cena. Now, Brock Lesnar's come back, and he hasn't received a WWE title shot yet, so this is only fair. And also, he ended the greatest prize of the WWE of all. He ended the streak, and he still didn't even was on Raw a lot after that. So they've done nothing to do with that. They've let Brock Lesnar again end the streak, and even that didn't even go anywhere. So, like, I don't know, it's just very awkward at the moment. WWE to me is feeling a bit awkward. What with Daniel Bryan being out and Brock Lesnar and part-timers, it's just feeling a bit awkward. I'm getting a little bit frustrated with it, you know. But unfortunately, that's what they do. It'll frustrate me, and then by after SummerSlam, I'll probably be okay again, you know. Because there are good things in WWE. Like that. I'm very happy with the Wyatts. I'm happy Jericho's back. I'm happy AJ Lee's back. I'm happy what we're doing with Seth Rollins. You know, I'm happy he's Money in the Bank winner. I'm happy what they're doing with Dean and Seth, you know, and Roman. There's a lot of goodness in it, you know. So I'm not a hater. I'm not a hater. If I was a hater, I wouldn't watch. Simple as that. It's like Triple H did on Raw. Do you see Triple H promo on Raw where he goes, "Oh no, I might send out a tweet. You know, I might tweet and I might fan, and in my tweet I might stop watching."
I
you know,
and my friend Mac, I was just like, he's fucking poking. He's trying to poke the IWC though. Alright.
Yeah, and he's also trying to get out. You know, a lot of people moan on social media, like, I'm never watching again because John Cena wins, you know, but they know they're going to. You know, I've seen people say, you know, John Cena wins, I'm never watching it again. Bollocks, you're still going to tune in to Raw next week, same time, same place, fuck off. You know, you're still going to do it, regardless. People can say all they want. I'm not going to watch if John Cena's champion. Yes, you are. Okay, 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 champion. Yes, you are.